Before I proceed with this video, I understand it might be a little bit too long for some of you. I understand you probably just want to get a good look at some of these Christmas skins right now. So by all means, just scroll down, look in the description, you'll see everything is chaptered, and by all means, if you want to skip ahead, it's provided to you right there. Good day, Ruskin Jaws. Hope you're right, 'cause it's time to talk about Christmas. So, of course, December 18 and December 25, we're going to see some very interesting Christmas skins. Do remember, though, for December 11, we're expecting another Complete the Set Rustore. I'll talk more about that a little bit later. Anyway, in total, right now, I can confirm we have 261. This isn't too much of a surprise. We tend to see a lot more Halloween skins compared to Christmas. That definitely happened last year, and I'm pretty sure it happened again the previous year. Anyway, it's still a lot of skins to look at. Out of all of these, which of them happen to be collection continuations? Oh, we'll talk about that in a second, don't you worry. But just to remind all of you, I'll have this link in the description so you could go see it for yourself. You could go look at all the skins if you so wish. But just to kind of keep things reasonably straightforward and to not be biased and pick some things that I will look at by myself, I'll be looking at only the collection continuations, alright? Next week, we'll look at all the skins my own server thinks are likely going to be accepted. The things they like most and whatnot. So, okay, understood. So, what we're going to do, talk about all the collection continuations this week, and then next week, all the top performing and all the things that my own server thinks might work out nicely. Now, I should also point out, if I happen to miss a skin in all of these, like if you're skin creating and you noticed, oh, hang on a minute, I've had a skin accepted before, I made a sequel and you didn't mention it in this video, I do apologise, just tell me and I'll make sure I showcase it in the next video, right? Sounds good? Cool then, let's get started. So, the holiday Christmas contest for 2025, I'm not sure how many skins are going to be accepted, but with, you know, quite a lot being accepted for the past Halloween batches of Rustores, I would imagine about the same, right? We're also anticipating some brand new DLC. We are anticipating the ice sculptures. We're also anticipating some wallpapers, alright? I'm pretty sure it might all just be one DLC. Again, everything will be found out on the 18th of December when the actual Christmas update happens. Now, some of you might be fully well aware, noticing that, hang on a minute, where's that high quality metal building skin? Where's the special space station LR300? Where's the balloons? Where's the birthday DLC? It's all coming out on the 18th, right? So just keep that in mind. Cool. So, shall we go ahead and look for all these brand new skins and discuss potential collection continuation, spikes demand, spikes and price moments? Because yes, we do see it with Christmas as well. So, hopping over to here, Mr. Shedbon, he's had his Ice Vortex skins being accepted in the past. He's now gone ahead and produced a bed. Over to here, Gingerbread House Small Box collection continuation to the previous year's Gingerbread House garage door. Over to here, Frosty's chest. Oh my, this looks very, very nice. You may recall we've had the fridge, the locker, well, now we've got a large box. Lovely piece of work right there. Over to here from Fresh and Somebody Stop Me, we have the Snowfall large box, a continuation to the sheet in the door for the previous year. Over to here, last year we got Gingerbread Man Rug. This year we get Gingerbread Woman. Blah, you get the idea. So, okay, another one of these. That's looking pretty sweet. Over to here, from Mr. Yeah, we have the Christmas Eve sheet in the door. An exquisite looking design. That looks very, very nice. And in game, oh, you'll see for yourself, it looks very, very pretty. Now over to here, Artisan tree doors. This is a garage door. You might recall a couple of years ago, we had the wooden door being accepted. So, okay, cool. Christmas frozen garage door. A sequel to a single door we got like 2 years ago. It might not be the exact name, but then again, you can always see the collection lists at the bottom, and you can see for yourself, oh yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. Right then, so, understood. Best of luck to Sodsend and Candytron. Now over to here, I've already made a short video talking about it, but the single sheep in the door did perform very nicely, independently, all by itself. In anticipation to next Christmas, which is right now, we've seen that rise up in price very nicely, and in the short video, I did point out, if that's going to be accepted, do not be surprised in the slightest if the sheep in the door spikes in price ever so nice, alright? Personally, I was hoping for a sheep metal double door, but based on what we see here, it's still very nice, so best of luck to RR3. Over to here, Gingerbread wooden double door. Spinoza in the past, he has produced the bearskin rug, if I can recall, and I do believe this was accepted, right? This was accepted, and then we also had the Rustmas skins, and we got another wooden door for absolutely free, which was great timing, by the way. So, yep, it's a sequel. Lovely looking wooden double door. Haven't had one of these in a while, have we? Now, over to here, weapons and tools. Polar bear hammer. You might recall last year, Farfly and Netta, they made the rock. Well, now we have a hammer. I'm going to whack that polar bear against the wall. Anyway, moving on. We have a cutout Snowy MP5. That's looking pretty interesting. All right. I do believe this is a collection continuation to a weapon skin for the previous year. 2 years, actually. AK-47 and the SAR. Very, very nice. Just to point out that there's 2 versions, one without the cutout AIMSIGHT. Over to here, we have the Gingerbread SAR. Just to remind myself, Enon produced the Gingerbread AK-47. There you go. Right. So, a lovely looking, tasty looking design. Over to here, Merry Fire LR300, produced by Donch. A very nice, colourful looking design. Over to here, oh, yep, we have handmade NMGs. So just like to confirm, there's like five plus. And we've got multiples with a transparent aim sight. So somewhat recently, we did see the Blackout handmade NMG being accepted, and it sold very nicely. And right now it's in the positive. But we did question the possibility of more handmade NMGs with transparency being made, hoping to be accepted. Even if this Christmas theme skin were to be accepted, I wouldn't be surprised that probably works out nicely. People want transparent aim sights and handmade NMGs. So best of luck to them, Mr. Diaz. Now over to here, we've got some clothing. We have the Christmas gift hoodie and pants. You might recall we've had the tier 3 the previous year. So, oh, okay. There's definitely some possibilities here. And over to here, Frozen Santa tier 2. I was anticipating this, and it's happened. And if this were to be accepted, of course, I'll anticipate boots and gloves, or tier 3 at some point in the future as well. So best of luck to Johnny Old Boy. Got all the free pieces there. And I'm happy to confirm Mr. Gingerbread is back. Now, this collection's a bit of a funny one. Milho Frito hasn't referred to every single gingerbread skin he's made as Mr. Gingerbread. But they are all the same skin collection. So don't worry, we'll showcase that in a second. But yep, tactical gloves. We know Mr. H. June is going to get the first ever tactical glove skins as one of his very special Trust and Rust drops that you can get next week, in a few days at the very least. Remember, between the 13th to the 18th of December, that is when the drops will be happening. So I do believe that starts this Saturday. So keep that in mind. Trust and Rust skins. Go look at my YouTube right now. You'll see I've produced a video showcasing all those skins. But right here, this potentially could be one of the first marketable tactical glove skins to be accepted. Now, just to point out, it's not the only Christmas-themed tactical gloves to be produced. But with this being a collection continuation, I'd say it's in a bit of a better position. So, that sounds interesting. Should I also point out, booties? Oh, yes. Exquisite, delicious looking booties. So, alright, cool. That's looking very goofy. I love the face there. So, right. Let's just quickly go through all these collections, point out the potential to see some nice investments and whatnot, some nice spikes in demand, spikes in price. You get the idea. So, first of all, Ice Vortex. Over to SMM we go. Ice Vortex. I believe we've had 3 skins accepted, actually, yeah. We've had the Satchel Charge, we've had the Garage Door, and of course we've had the Furnace. With the possibility of another Deployable skin being accepted. What do you reckon? And I will point this out, when this is accepted, I don't remember this going up in price that much. But it is building up more and more and more. So, first of all, don't forget we'll be showcasing these skins in a minute. But looking at it and questioning it, I'd keep an eye on it, but we have tons of like Christmas themed garage doors. I'm not surprised to see it's not going up in price ridiculously. It's already at $2. Quite a lot of the other ones are cheaper than that. Furnace as well. I mean, again, we have quite a lot of Christmas themed furnaces. With that sitting there at $1.22, I mean, it is performing better than quite a lot of the other ones, just saying. So, alright then, maybe you won't really see this rise up in price that much. At the very least, we'll be showcasing that in a second. Now over to here, we have the Gingerbread House small box. Now here's a nice little thing to just remind you all of. You can easily go on SMM, click the top right there, you see the time notch. I can easily navigate to previous Christmas Rust doors. Look, there you go, Holidays 24 Part 1, and there we are. Gingerbread House garage door, looking very nice. I own quite a lot of these. I've seen it rise in price. So let's just quickly click this. The one thing you will have to be aware of when we see the brand new Christmas skins for December 18 and December 25 is the fact that we know they will go down in price pretty quickly. In anticipation to the next Christmas, that being, what, December 2026, that's when we'll see the next skins actually going up in price a decent amount. So as you can see right here, this is currently sitting here at what price? $1.85. But you might recall this actually sold for $2.49. It's a bit unfortunate, but based on what we see here, if that were to be accepted, could it cause this to rise in price? I mean, it would be nice, but then again, how many listings do we have? I mean, it's very thin. There's definitely a possibility of it. But everyone who wants to buy Christmas skin for their bases this December very likely would have already bought some. So I scroll down, I just want to show you this. Look at that. Well, that's when the skin likely appeared on the workshop and people are like, oh, the possibilities. So anyway, look at this. Immediately it goes down in price. At its lowest point, around the end of February, as you enter around March time, this is selling for about 85 cents. Now, It's easily risen up in price ever so nicely. This is why I always say, if you're going to invest into brand new Christmas skins, just wait until like March, April time, make a move then, or just put a really lowball order and hope for the best, because inevitably they do go down. So, all right, possibilities there. We'll keep an eye out for you. So what's the next skin to discuss? That's going to be the Frosties Fridge and Locker. Let's just type in Frosties. Actually, it's right there. Oh. So unfortunately, the locker's gone down in price pretty badly. But if you're aware of all the lockers we've seen, you know, how many lockers have we had in 2025? A ridiculous amount. I think we have 14 in total. Yeah, that's a record-breaking amount. I really do wonder how many we're going to see next year for 2026. But as you can see here, the fridge is beloved, an awesome looking design. And I will say this, the large box does look very pretty as well. You'll see that for yourself in a second. So a lovely transparent design has been made again. Is this going to spike in price? Well, we did see it happen last year. When this was accepted, this rose up in price very nicely. Let's just show you that right now. So let me just quickly show the prices in USD. Come on, show it to me. There you go. Almost $6 at the moment. Not that many listings. It could easily rise up in price even higher. So the possibility of this spike in price again, I mean, what do you reckon? So let's just go to December 2024. You'll see this for yourself. Do we happen to notice a nice rise in price at any point? Let's just go over to here. Right, so you can see it right there. It's not huge. It's not easy to see in the grand scheme of things, but it was kind of just sitting there, and then it goes up in price ever so nice with the first Christmas store of 2024. So, yeah, that did work out quite all right. And now, in anticipation to next Christmas, oh my, it's gone up even higher. Looks like someone's been doing a bit of a buyout. So, back in November, this was just sitting at about $3. Now, it sits here. I think some people have already grabbed all they could, so perhaps you're too late to this one. Maybe you might want to consider looking at the locker instead. So we'll go over to here, we'll look at this, and you'll see for yourself that this is kind of sitting there at like 90 cents. It's not very in demand at the moment. Again, the amount of lockers we've seen, it's been a bit ridiculous this year. But it's also very thin. That could easily rise up in price. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what we saw last year with the fridge. So, the possibility of a collection continuation, could it help this out? I hope so. It hasn't really recovered since it went down in price. Although, to be honest with you, this was sitting about 70 cents at its lowest earlier this year. So, I'll keep an eye out. Yeah, we'll keep an eye out. So, cool. Let's now go ahead and move on to the next skin. Snowfall Large Wood Box. Last year with the Snowfall door, I believe that was one of the skins that appeared for the third week. So over to here, you'll see for yourself, I've got 36 of them. Although I will say, remember, my account is privated. I have actually sold all of them. I sold them for a little bit of profit, considering I bought them for a much cheaper price. As you'll see over to here, it's currently sitting on the Steam market at about $1.33. Let's just confirm that. If you're wondering, that's just turning my Steam Inventory Helper extension on if you keep seeing me click that. So, all right, cool. So over to here, yep, it's $1.33. Wow, £1 is $1.33 now? Interesting. Anyway, so as you can see, it's very thin, and the possibility of a collection continuation very likely will give this a nice boost. So perhaps I should have held on to mine for a bit more. But then again, I'm happy with any profit. If you've seen the amount of skins I have in my account, it's absolutely ridiculous. So moving on over to here, you'll see for yourself, wow, you went cheap. This was sitting at about 70 cents, 80 cents at one point. It also dipped again. Interesting. So right now it's risen up quite a fair bit. The possibility of a collection continuation looms over it. I'm pretty sure people bought this out due to the fact that they kind of considered the possibility. So, all right, cool. So we'll see how that goes. So moving on to the next skin. I have already seen the Gingerbread Man rug already rise up in price. I still own a decent amount of them. I think I've got about 40 left. But if I could just quickly point this out. Oh, it's right there. There you go. Look, sold for $1.49. Now it sits here at $1.81. Is it a massive, huge gain? Not really, but is it still rising up in price? Yes, it does look like that's still happening. So as you see over to here, not huge, big fat stacks of quantity. The bars are piling up. And the sales history, well, you'll see it for yourself. It has been slowly trending upwards. Initially, went all the way down to about 80 cents. Yep, 80 cents back in like February time. Now, well, sitting there at $1.81. If we do see the collection continuation, I do believe we're going to have a pretty fun time. Yes. All right, looking forward to it. Do you happen to own any of these? Out of all the skins we've showcased so far, do you happen to own any of like the previous skins? Are you anticipating collection continuations and profits? Feel free to comment below. So, all right, yeah, looks like that might work out quite all right. With a lady, I'm sure he'll be so much better off. I have seen the large box improve very nicely already. I already own, I've got about 40 still as well. Again, you can go look at my inventory right now on SMD.app. I've very likely had a lot more, but I have been selling them because they've gone back up to like $2. So let's just quickly confirm that. I can easily go to the second week of December 2024. There you go. Right, yeah, it's about $2. That is correct. And as you'll see for yourself, yep, it's sitting here right there. 66 listings, which honestly isn't that much. And you'll see for yourself, no big fat stacks of quantity, no big fat walls. Barders are improving. This is improving. And the possibility to see that sheep in the door being accepted, I think that will be working out quite all right. This is a very nice looking skin. But again, a new skin that came out last year. How low did you go? Right, at your lowest, it's actually around May time. 80 cents. Right now, it's doubling in price easily. So, yeah, looking pretty sweet, looking pretty cool. So if we were to see, oh, there you go. If we were to see the sheep in the door being accepted, I do believe that large box will be rising up in price ever so nice. But let's also point out, and I have to reiterate this again at the end, whilst the prices might spike up quite nicely, you have to make sure you sell these before Christmas. Because the second it's not Christmas, people likely won't care anymore. Now, it's a bit debatable. In regards to Christmas, do you still consider the Christmas period to be December 26, 27, 28, 29, basically all the way up to New Year's Day? Do you consider Christmas to be a single day, or do you consider it to be like a full week? I mean, you get time off, so I'm enjoying it. Well, you know, that's up for discussion. Feel free to comment below. Anyway, that's cool. But will people still buy you afterwards? We'll see how it goes. So, all right, cool. Best of luck to you. Over to here, artisan tree door. I'm sure you're fully well aware of the wooden door, because that's been manipulated quite a lot. Was it just one time? Was it multiple times? There's only one way to find out. Artisan tree door. Right, so that's a perfectly fine looking design. At the moment, it's currently sitting there at 66 cents. Apparently, I own 34 of them. Whoa, okay. Well, a certain individual has 899 of these. If anything, it might have been a third-party site that didn't know any better. Because these manipulators, they'll pump up the value of certain skins that just really aren't worth anything. They'll buy the majority of a certain stock. And basically, when those third-party sites are just sitting there, twiddling their thumbs, not aware of the fact that these manipulators are pumping up the value of skins that might take all the way up to over a year, now just to give off the facade that it's actually worth this price, they will unload all of their stock on that site. And now trade it for actual, genuine, valuable skins. Maybe Counter-Strike skins as well. Don't be surprised. We've actually just seen it happen with a zombie cap recently. So anyway, 66 cents at the moment. But as you'll see, yes, this was manipulated. So that went all the way up to about $13, $14. And it obviously got unloaded. And now, ever since then, it's just been sitting there like meh. Now, I should point out, I'm not sure what this is all about. But that might have been a bit of a buyout. Maybe you might see it being manipulated again. Ooh, we'll see, we'll see. So at the moment, could we see the garage door being accepted? Could we see this spike in price? I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's a wooden door. I don't really have that much faith in wooden doors. Sorry to say. So, all right, we'll leave it at that then. At least we learned something. So, all right, cool. So, let's move on. Christmas Frozen Garage Door, a sequel to the Christmas Frozen Sheet Metal Door. I used to have some of these. I think I sold them. Well, I mean, you very likely would have. I think the Sheet Metal Door came out. Well, you know what? You could just go this way. Sheet Metal Door came out in 2023, right? Well, there's one way to find out. No, was it 2022? There you go. Right, there you go. So, at the moment, this is currently sitting here at about what? $1? And what price did you sell for again? $2.49. Oh. So, have you been improving? Let's just quickly point that out. Looks like you have. But, you know, it comes in waves. So, Christmas last year, this is something great to learn about, right? Christmas last year, it rose up in price, but didn't really get anywhere. It didn't, like, rise to a ridiculous price. It only went back up to the price it's currently at. And then it dropped off immediately. Older skins, they do rise up in price again for, every other Christmas. But they still don't, they still go down. And this went dramatically down bad. This was selling for about 50 cents USD around February time earlier this year. Whoa. So if you're looking at the potential to try and invest into certain Christmas skins, it doesn't have to just be brand new ones. You can jump into the old ones as well. Just look around. February, March, April time. Lots of potential, lots of opportunity. So yep, that's been bought out as of recent. The price is improving. The barter's not really matching up, but if we see a collection continuation, that's looking pretty cool. Cool. Right then, moving on to the next skins. So we've just showed this off. A very nice, spectacular looking design. I will be showcasing all these skins in a bit. But now we have the Christmas Miracle Garage Door. So I've already bigged it up quite a lot in the short video, but there's a good reason for it. Before we even saw the garage door appearing, this was rising up in price ever so nicely. The amount of anime themed or nice girl doors that have been made this year is absolutely ridiculous. Not all of them anime, I will say that, but I might just have to make like a music video, short video, and just upload it to YouTube. Maybe I'll do that after I do this. Just have, all I want for Christmas is you. I put it in that, and I'm not joking, there's got to be about like 15 to 20 of them. I know you'll buy it. So anyway, that did 30,000 plus subscribers last year, and that is an incredibly rare thing to see. We don't normally see a Christmas skin sell that amount, and it still went back up in price. So as much as a lot of people might sit there and say, oh, I don't like anime girl skins, stop buying them then. So let's just quickly go over to here. The possibility of a garage door being accepted, could it cause this spike and price? I think it would have a very fun time rising up ever so nicely. But again, the competition this year is pretty wacky, alright? But then again, as of recent, the skin creator behind this door is also the guy that makes the Pop Star collection, and that's been getting quite a lot of skins accepted recently, hasn't it? There's a reason why I bought 50 of those beds. Anyway, so well, you know what? We could add a bed. Maybe next year. Anyway, move on. So, $2.46, literally just slightly under its rush door price. But look at it. It's so thin. Look at it. There's hardly any stock. And as you'll see for yourself, it did go down pretty low at one point. At its lowest, about just under $1, slightly just under $1, around March time. But since then, it's been trending upwards slowly, a little bit. But yep, perfect. So, I had about 150 of these, and I've sold 100 already. Now, you might sit there and say, but Hedge, isn't that a bit silly? You could have potentially got so much more profit. True, but if we don't see the garage door until like the second rust door, that might be problematic, wouldn't it? So, yeah, I'm more than happy to have sold like the majority of them for about double the price. That's fine, I'm not going to complain about that. But I've saved like 50 of them now to hopefully sell them if we do see the collection continuation happening. The garage door, oh, I hope it appears. But I'm not joking. The amount of girl-themed doors I've seen this year is absolutely ridiculous. So, best of luck to RR3. And then we have Spinoza. So, the gingerbread rug, gingerbread bear rug, bearskin rug. Blah, blah. Let's just search for it. So, if I search for the gingerbread, I mean, you could just search for a bearskin rug. Oh, it's right there, gingerbread collection. So, that was the one that was marketable, right? I think so, yeah. Anyway. The bearskin rug, he's been rising up in price ever so nicely. The wooden door, though, it's a wooden door. We've been down this, I just wouldn't even consider it. Sorry to say, it's a perfectly fine looking wooden door for Christmas, but it's not going to be a nice profit. This, though, it's already been going up in price. How many did I have? I think I had like, I think I had 150. Yeah, 150 of them. But I'm happy, I'm fine with that, because I know they always go back up in price. This is already rising up to $3. Before this even happened, you know, before we even saw the collection continuation potentially appearing, it was already going up. Yep, there you go. Last year, that rose up in price ever so nicely, and then it went down. This went all the way down to like $1.10. Well, of course, it's now pushing back up to $3. This is definitely something to consider looking at again. Every Christmas, so far, it's been rising up in price, and if we do see that wooden double door skin being accepted, oh, I think it's going to work out lovely. Sorry for losing my tongue. But that's a perfectly fine looking bearskin rug. We might see another Christmas bearskin rug being accepted this year. I'll have to talk about that in a bit, don't you worry. But anyway, that looks nice. A very tasty looking design. And the possibility of seeing this wooden double door, you know, appearing and causing that to spike and price, it would be nice. But I would ask you, with the icing and the gingerbread design, what would you like to see being made next? Tell Mr. Spinoza. Right then, so in regards to like deployables and Christmas skins, the deployables tend to work out quite alright. I just want to add a nice little insert because I accidentally forgot to talk about the Christmas neon fridge. Over the past few years, Epic has been making a lot of interesting holiday themed skins. It was small boxes first, then large boxes last year, and early this year, he made an Easter neon fridge. Got accepted, didn't sell that much, but it's doing quite right now. Not too long ago, we had Halloween, and we were anticipating the neon Halloween fridge to be accepted. It didn't happen. Now with the Christmas one. So if I could just quickly show you this. Yep. There you go. Last year we got the large boxes. And if you look at this whole batch of skins, you'll see for yourselves. Ah, there you go. Right. So 3 small boxes, 3 large boxes, but only 1 fridge before this, unfortunately. The combo has been broken. Anyway, look at the Christmas skins. In comparison to Easter and Halloween, oh, yeah, they're in demand. So that's currently pushing up to $4.53. What? And the large box sold for $2.49 last year, now comfortably reaching up to $3. So that is looking pretty sweet. That is looking pretty impressive. So the possibility of seeing the fridge being accepted, I honestly wouldn't surprise. Surely that'd rise up the price, right? Looks like it would. So, all right, looking pretty sweet. What do you reckon, though? Feel free to comment below. So, just to remind you, I've got this brand new Rustmas video up, showcasing all the special Christmas Twitch drops and kick drops that are going to take place between the 18th of December to the 1st of January. 8 interesting looking skins, and notably we have a penguin furnace right there. Kind of realised we technically have a collection continuation to mention, but yep, just want to point out Twitch drop video, kick drop videos right here. It's all chaptered. Consider giving that a good watch. I also have the Trust and Rust video. I also have the Twitch Rivals video. Consider giving them a good watch. But now, let's just take a look over to here because, ta-da! Candy Thief Garage Door. I guess you can consider it a collection continuation. I remember years ago asking Keka, please make a penguin rock. What? Why did they make that a drop and not... Anyway, let's just focus. So this furnace has been made into a drop. Everyone's going to get that for absolutely free. Lovely stuff. And I've showcased it already. But over to here, Candy Thief Garage Door appears to be a sequel. So I don't know why these penguins have weird candy hypnotic eyes, but this one clearly does, and obviously it's a collection continuation, so we'll also be showcasing that. But of course, with the previous skin not actually being something that was accepted in a Rust store, it's not marketable, but it's still a nice thing to showcase. Cool. So let's now go ahead and talk about those weapons and tools. So Polar Bear Hammer. With weapons and tools, we don't normally see that much of a fuss when another skin's accepted. So for this being a sequel to the rock skin, as you'll see over to here, that sold for $2.49 last year. But since then, since this Rust store, we saw a lot of like animal themed skins being accepted. Silly, goofy faces, you get the idea. With a lot more rock skins being accepted after this. I'm pretty sure that's also partly due to the fact that, well, the reason why it's hardly risen up in price. Scroll, 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 scroll. At its lowest point earlier this year, this went only down to like $1.30, $1.40. It's only gone up by about 50 cents. So, alright, maybe the hammer could give it a bit of a boost. It's very thin, not too far off from its Rust store price, but is it actually going to make that much of an impact? I mean, we'll have to wait and see, alright? But the fact that we do have a sequel is nice, so best of luck to Firefly and Netta. We'll see how it goes. Snowy MP5 cutout. I'm pretty sure with the other Snowy skins, they haven't really gone up in price that much. Let's just get a quick look. You're not the thing I was looking for. Right, so what's the skin called? Well, there you go. Snowflake is what they called it. All right, remember, Face Punch likes to change the names for certain skins. Down 51, down 50. I actually own a portion of both. In fact, let me just look over to here. Do I have any of them? Oh, look, I have the most. See, I'd like to see the MP5 being accepted and it caused this to go up in price. I just don't think it's going to happen. Not the fact of the MP5 actually being accepted. I'm just saying I don't think it will cause this to rise up in price. That's what I'm saying. So, we did see the SAR skin being accepted last year. Did the AK actually go up in price? Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and look at that. Let's learn from the past. So you're just sitting there like just under $1 basically. Yep. Right then, last year, did you actually go up in price? No. Well, look at that. That just, it's kind of flat. Yeah, all right, so that looks a little bit better. So I can confirm it did rise up a little bit, but that was in January time, post-Christmas time. All right, then, fair enough. Yeah, it didn't cause much of a change, so I don't think this will cause much of a change. But independently, that does look pretty sweet. So, all right, fair enough. Best of luck to Didorai. Gingerbread, I'm not sure. Last year, was that a special drop, or was that an actual acceptance? Let's go to 2023. So I'm going to go ahead and do just that. Let's go take a look. Okay, you're the Gingerbread Man, AK-47. What about the second week? Yeah, that very likely was a drop. Was it a drop last year? I don't remember. I do not remember. Anyway, technically speaking, it is still a collection continuation. So, all right, the SAR. Let's, well, I don't... It's a drop, isn't it? So I can't look at it. But what you could do, Hedge, is look for the AK-47 and just look like for the past year. So, all right, let's go down to here. Twitchmas. Is that the one? Let's go take a look at you. And no, that's the Nutcracker. That was a drop last year. So was it the previous year? So no, you're too far back. This is the one you're supposed to be looking at. Good job, Hedge. You're doing great. Huh, no, I don't see it. So where did the AK-47 come from? What? What? Huh? Have I gone mad? You probably got mad. It's not that, is it? No, wait, it probably is. Hang on a minute, just look at it. Oh, you idiot. Because it looked red. Good job, Hedge. Okay, so it is marketable. Wow, you're up in price. Interesting. All right. So that looks nice then. So it's only got 10 listings, but let's also point this out. Is it actual genuine demand? Or did someone just buy out the stock? Let's just quickly see that for ourselves. I mean, yeah, it looks like someone's had a bit of a buyout. Yeah, all right. Again, in anticipation of Christmas, certain skins do rise up in price, but rarely with a weapon. So I am kind of surprised by that. But do learn from the previous year, look what happened. Oh no. So, all right, maybe that seems to already be in demand, which is nice. I'm so sorry about getting completely lost there. So, whoops. Anyway, looks nice. We'll be showcasing it in a second. Best of luck to Henon. Could we see that being accepted and cause the AK to rise up in price ever so nice? Over to here, Merry Fire LR300. Let's just remind you, because I completely forgot. Yep, the AK-47 was accepted. Rustmas 2024. Let's just quickly peek at the previous year. So over to here, we're at 2023. Let's go to 2024. Let's look at those skins. Where's the AK-47? Hang on a minute. Was it an AK? Oh, back over to here. What was it again? It was an AK. Don't forget. All right, Merry Fire AK. I think that was the 3rd week. Yeah, you got to remember, Hedge, there was 3 weeks of this, so... No, all right, must have been 2nd week. There we are. Yep, it didn't sell that much. No, it's a Christmas theme AK-47. Most of the time, they don't really work out very well, because we have quite a lot of them. Well, that gingerbread one's doing all right. Well, that's true. But I don't think you're going to see this rise up in price that much. At the moment, it's already not in demand. That's about 80 cents. Let's just quickly confirm that. Yep. So, has it just been stagnant? Yeah, it's just been a slow downward trend. Wow. So, not sure about that one, I'm afraid. But, hey, that still looks very nice. We'll be showcasing it in a second. So, best of luck to Mr. Domch. And then for last... Previously, we have seen Christmas candy tools and stone tools. I've got to be honest with you. I don't think those are up in price at the moment. What makes you say that? Well, you're down in price only by a little bit. That's not too bad. Again, I'd have to look at the pickaxe as well, but I mean, it's got hardly any listings. Perhaps people do appreciate these. Yeah, but then again, you just saw the other hatchet skins. They're not doing very well, they knew. So, all right, we'll keep an eye on you. The possibility to see the HMLMG probably would give it a nice boost. So that's 2021. Christmas candy, show me the candy. Right. So yeah, that's down by 32%. So both of them are at least above $1, which is, well, a lot better than most tools. But then in regards to the stone tools, what gives? What's going on with them? Let's just quickly remind myself. When were they originally produced? Christmas candy stone picker. I think I own these. Stone tools. There you go. Thank you. They're only slightly down in price as well. They sold for $1.49 each. They're doing quite all right. Let's just look at one of them. Right, so that's sitting at $1.42. There's only 13. Okay, I looked at the 5. I was like, what? No, it's 13 listings. Only 5 have sold. But yeah, they're just kind of doing all right. Didn't sell that much. Let's just remind myself. Yeah, they didn't really sell that much. Okay, that's fine. They probably would have been a much higher price if it was like not a Christmas themed skin. But all right, cool. Yeah, understood. All is good. Right then, so that's fine. The possibility of seeing this accepted, maybe it'll give a nice boost. But independently, with its transparent AIMSIGHT, I do believe a lot of people will be appreciating that. So best of luck to Diaz. Sorry, another addition. So for the weapons, I forgot to mention, we have the Gingerbread Bow. Mr. FaZe, he's had quite a lot of skins being accepted these past few Christmases, but they're all door skins. I'm surprised he hasn't made like another attempt for the single wooden door, the armoured double door. Couldn't hurt. But anyway, we've got a bow skin now. I'm going to be straightforward with you. I don't think those skins would be Sparkle Mine Sparkle price if this were to be accepted. I don't think many people will be aware that that's actually a continuation for those door skins. Also, the gingerbread theme in general, there's so many different people that have had gingerbread schemes accepted. Yeah, alright, so, understood. I could try and find him though. Would you have to go to like a previous Christmas? Let's go like 2021. Let's go to one of these Christmas Rush doors. Do we see a door skin? Oh, immediately. There you go. So, let's get a good look at what he's made over the past few years. Oh, I would like to see more ramen stuff. But anyway. So, in the past, we clearly have the sheet metal double door. We have the garage door from 2022. The wooden double door. But yeah, unfortunately, not every single year has been successful. So the gingerbread collection that he has, it's only consisting of doors. If this were to be accepted, again, I just don't think it'll have that much of an impact. Again, how many people even realise? That's the main point. Now, another thing I forgot to mention, Evil Snowman M249. I have a very nice looking design, and you might recall with the previous weapon skins, they've actually kind of worked out quite alright. Not insanely, but yeah, let's just look at Evil Snowman. I believe we're currently looking at 2 acceptances so far. Let's see for ourselves. Oh no, 3. 2020, 2021, 2022. In 2023, they produced the LR300, wasn't accepted, but now we have an M249, and I've got to be honest with you, with the current state they're sitting at, ooh, I do remember when the L96 was accepted, this actually rose up in price quite nicely, but then again, I mean, we'll see how it goes. This weapon collection doesn't seem to be working out as nicely compared to some of the other things we've mentioned, but it still looks very nice, and I'm very, very much looking forward to showcasing this to you. Right then, let's now actually go ahead and talk about the clothing and the armour. And then over to here, the clothing and the armour. This truly is where we're likely going to see some nice spikes in demand, spikes in price. Alright? Now, not everything has to be properly attached. You might remember, quite some time back, we got like a Santa-themed jacket skin being accepted. That still caused like Christmas gang to go up in price, didn't it? Do you remember that? Wasn't the same collection, but it still thematically matched up perfectly with each other. Could there be anything like that for these skins? We'll see, but anyway. Christmas gift hoodie and pants. You might recall last year we got the tier 3. I've already said that, but couldn't hurt to take a look at it. So let's go ahead and do just that. 2024, show me pretty please. There you go. They went down in price pretty badly. However, how many of them are currently on the Steam market? I only see 54. That's not that bad. They are cheap, they are approachable, and the possibility of the hoodie and pants, how likely do you think it is? Very thin. It could rise in price ever so nice. But how many people want to dress up like a present that's painted red? Okay, bit debatable there. This is why I always say you might want to try your best to try and get those sales in whilst you can. Because once Christmas has come and gone, it probably won't matter that much anymore. So, alright. Best of luck to 1RJ34633. But over to here, Frozen Santa. This collection's actually been doing okay. Let's just remind you. I did point out that you could use the Frozen Santa hoodie with some whiteout sets, because if you wear like a standard snow jacket, right, snow camera jacket, that's it. If you put that underneath the hoodie, you only see the white portions of it, so it doesn't like stick out with any red. So that's actually risen up in price quite alright. People probably must have acknowledged that. So that's nice to see. And the possibility to see some more, I mean, come on now, what do you reckon? So how have you, oh no, you've been doing quite alright. It did go down to just slightly less than $1, but since then it's just been slowly being appreciated, and it's all the way and doubled in price almost, so. Yeah, alright, let's just quickly acknowledge. Only 16 listings, and it's sitting there at just under $2.40, $2.49. Alright, cool. So, you're doing good. Sold for $2. You're $2.44 at the moment. The pants, though, they don't rise up in price as much, but again, I do believe these as well. If we were to see the tier 2, that's going to have a fun time. So, alright, cool. Looking forward to it. And then, well, where are we now? We're going over to here, that's it. Mr. Gingerbread. This one's a bit awkward, but once you see it for yourself, it'll be totally understandable. Milho Frito has made... Oh, it's got the whole collection here. There you go. Right. Ta-da! So what are we missing here? Tier 3. Tier 3 should be a part of this. I had to go give him a slap. So... That's a bit mean. No, it's all good. Right, anyway. Gingerbread. Is it just Mr. Gingerbread? Or is it simply referred to as Gingerbread? There you go. Yep. So long time ago, we saw Naughty Gingerbread Tier 3. So that was accepted back in 2018. The next year, we saw the Furnace. Then we saw the Tier 2 in, well, 2020. 2021, we saw a Hammer. And in 2022, we got the Hoodie and Pants. So, if we were to see tactical gloves and boots being accepted, yes, of course now. Of course, I believe all of that's going to spike them on spike a price ever so nice. I've just noticed the kilt there. Whoa, you're sitting there at $6? When did that happen? Oh, I didn't mean to go to the store there. But hey, look, there you go. There's the 2020 Rust store. You only did 8,000 subscribers, 7,600. Wow, all right, that's a bit of a surprise. Anyway, let's just close that. Only 15 listings. Have you been completely bought out? Is that what I'm thinking's happened? Whoa, okay, right, and then over to here. Yeah, that's more of a recent thing. The anticipation of Christmas. It builds ever so strongly as we enter November time. Right then, so cool. Right, not going to complain about that then. If only I bought into them. Right, so back over to here. So we got the hoodie, the pants, the tier 2, the tier 3. I mean, all of it would greatly appreciate the final pieces. Now, technically speaking, kind of need road sign gloves, but anyway, it still completes it. Perhaps in the future we could see like road sign gloves and a bandana or something. That might be cool. Honestly, hoodie and pants might be a pretty good shout, but remember they sold a lot more compared to the other pieces here. The tier 3, it's kind of already been well, I mean, look at it. Can you show me? Why are you broken? I just wanted to look at you. Well, I mean, that's sitting there at $4.50 at the moment. That sold for $2.49, but it only did like 8,000 subscribers. Come on, let me look at you. I want to stare. Come on. What's wrong? All right, what about the chest plate then? Can I look at that? No. Is Steam down? Shouldn't be down. Well, you can see the prices there. So, all right, understood. All good. All of that's looking pretty sweet. I have noticed the hoodie here. What? Should I switch my extension on? Would it work then? Let's just quickly confirm that. So you turn on, and let's just refresh again. It might be the requests issue. Nope, it's just Steam not being nice to me. So, okay, that's unfortunate. But I'm sure you can see that in your own time. It'll probably be fixed by then. So, yeah. That's pretty much a full collection. That very likely will be completed with these two right here. So, with that all said and done, we've got a good insight in regards to all the skins. We have discussed the possibility of, investing into predecessors and whatnot. So, how about we go ahead, hop in game, get a good look at all these skins. You can tell me if you're interested. And by all means, comment below which one's your favourite. Which ones do you think genuinely will actually be accepted in the upcoming Christmas Rush stores? Okay, so we're in game. Let's go ahead and give this a good look. So I just kept thinking to myself, I know FaZe has made like a lot of gingerbread dwarf skins in the past, but I didn't see one this year. I guess he just didn't feel like making a skin. No, he made a bow. It didn't occur to me. So chances are I very likely would have missed out on quite a lot of continuations today. I'm very sorry if I did happen to, but remember, if I happen to have missed your continuation, if you're a skin creator, just message me. I'll make sure to showcase it in the next video. So yes, an exquisite, delicious looking bow design. I'm sure a lot of people appreciate that. But I'm having doubts it actually have an impact on the door skins that already exist. Now over to here, we have all the other weapons. So first of all, we have the delicious candy handmade HMLMG with the transparent AIMSIGHT. I'm sure a lot of people appreciate that. Looking very delicious. Over to here is the dastardly, wicked, evil Snowman N249. I'm sure a lot of people will be appreciating that. Over to here, it's a very nice, colourful and merry LR300. Lovely piece of work. Don't worry about the hammer, he's just shy. He doesn't want to show his face. We will be looking at all of these skins in first person in a bit, don't you worry. The Gingerbread SAR, the semi-automatic rifle, lovely piece of work with all the icing. And then, 100% for sure, I want to hold that in my hands, the MP5 with a transparent aim sight. Now moving on over to here, the Gingerbread Woman Rug. Last year we got the man rug. This year, could we potentially get the woman rug? Are you going to put them in front of your bases, hoping that it tricks some people? What do you reckon? But yes, a lovely, delicious, exquisite design. Nice and freshly baked. I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate that. Now over to here, I almost forgot, but that's definitely partly due to the fact that I didn't see the Halloween skin being accepted just several weeks back for Halloween. We have the neon Christmas fridge, and it's fine to me. That looks nice, but I should point out we've had quite a lot of fridge skins being submitted this year. And I'm 100% for sure, for short videos, going to have to say, here's every fridge, here's every bed, here's every large box, here's every garage door, here's every girl garage door. You get the idea, so that looks nice. And over to here, a wicked, evil ice vortex bed produced by Mr. Shedmon. So far, he's 3 out of 3 in terms of acceptances, or submissions and acceptances for Christmas. Could it be 4 out of 4? We shall see. Lovely piece of work. Now over to here, a cute little house design. This is the gingerbread house small box. Last year we saw the garage door. Quite literally, this is a small gingerbread house. Lovely piece of work. Over to here, it's the sequel to the fridge, the locker. We now have the large box version. Very cute. Very lovely. I love the... You know what? I'd absolutely adore potentially seeing... Oh, I don't know. What would you like to see being made next in regards to what you see here? What type of design would you like to see being made next year for Christmas? To be honest with you, you could probably pull off like a furnace. Would that be allowed? if you could actually see like the fire properly on the inside and whatnot. That actually would be a pretty interesting challenge. You know what? I probably would vouch for that. Go on in, give it a shot. Over to here. Was it Snowfall or Snowflake? I actually don't remember. But with all the snowflakes, I'm pretty sure this is a sequel to the Snowflake Sheep in the Door. Yeah, you don't realise how many takes I've been doing here. But that looks ever so nice. A very exquisite design. And speaking of nice, oh my goodness. Mr. Yeah, you've done a very, very, very lovely job with this. And I've got to say, I'd love to see a sheet metal double door version of this next year. I love the patterns on all the sides. The Aurora Borealis on a single sheet metal door. Yeah. I love it all. That's nice. What do you reckon? Out of all the skins we've seen so far, feel free to comment below your favourite. Don't forget, we've got a wooden double door. Oh, it's lovely. It smells absolutely delicious as well. The icing also looks great. What deplorable skin would you like to see being made next out of these? I mean, we've had quite a lot of gingerbread beds. Would be pretty interesting. You know what? I wouldn't say no to like gingerbread rug, because then you can cover your base in it. But you know what? I reckon by next year we'll probably have I reckon we'll have skinnable wallpapers. And I'd love to see a gingerbread wallpaper. But then again, we don't know what we're going to see for this proposed Christmas DLC in a couple of weeks' time. So keep an eye out. But oh, it smells lovely. And then, of course, don't forget, for Christmas time, we do have the gingerbread building skin. Now over to here with the Artisan garage door. A very interesting crafted woodwork piece of design. A very unique standout design that we don't see much of. So that's looking pretty sweet. And over to here, neon design. Now, again, do not be surprised if it happens. Face Punch does tend to appreciate a good neon design. That looks totally fine to what I see here. You could see a lot of people try and do a super unique, like, wood-crafted approach. You could see many people make a lovely, cute girl design. And then you'll see someone like this, and then Face Punch, depending on their mood, they'll be like, yeah, we'll take that one. So don't be surprised. But, yep, that's a perfectly fine-looking sequel. Now, the garage door here, I have talked many lovely words about this. And as I said, independently, the sheet in the door has worked out nicely. But if we see this garage door being accepted as well, I mean, yeah, that sheet in the door is going to rise up in price ever so nice. So that looks nice. That looks fine. Still hoping for a sheet metal double door next year, Mr. RR3. And over to here, kind of blanked in it, and then I realised, hang on a minute. That does look familiar. Oh, yeah, it's made by Keka. Oh, the furnace. Yep, so that's why it's made that additional. So, I mean... What's with the eyes? What's with the eyes? The penguins, they're going to take us over. Anyway, right, let's go ahead and give these a good look at night time. Look at all these lovely looking deployables. Somewhat reflective. Not all of them, though. And we've got, yep, the wooden double door. Got that lovely looking sheet metal door. Can confirm this large box does happen to reflect reasonably to a point. This over to here, the gold trim shines ever so nicely. This doesn't seem to reflect that much. And over to here with the bed, the ice does sheen. Yeah, it's got a nice bit of sheen, a bit of shine to it. That's lovely. That's looking pretty cool. Over to here, I don't think this fridge happens to reflect that much. Not from what I can see. The rug, only a little bit. And then if you really want to look at the weapons, to a point. But we'll hold that in my hands a bit, don't you worry. So, let's now go ahead and look at all of these in total darkness. So, rug clearly doesn't glow in the dark. None of these weapons appear to glow in the dark. Fridge happens to glow very, very nicely. Get a good look at that. What about from the top, Hedge? Oh yeah, from the top as well. That's looking very, very lovely. So don't forget, once again, I ask you, out of all these skins, which one happens to be your favourite? Which ones do you reckon have a very good chance of potentially being accepted for the Christmas rush stores on December 18 and December 25th? I meant to say December 18th. That sounded a bit awkward. Welcome to Hedge. So, yeah, the gingerbread's looking ever so nice and, yep, happy on the inside of their little house. Over to here. You've seen it on the fridge. You've seen it on the locker. This looks absolutely amazing. What deplorable would you like to see being made next? Go for comply. And over to here. A lovely, serene, pleasantly fine, light blue glow design. That's awesome. So I think a lot of people will be appreciating the possibility of that being accepted. Then we have the sheet metal door. That looks amazing. So we'll see what becomes of that. The whole door happens to glow very, very nicely. The wooden double door doesn't glow in the dark. The artisan garage door doesn't glow in the dark. The neon design happens to glow though. Yes, indeed it does. Get a good look at that. Looking very pleasant to the eyes. And over to here. Can confirm this garage door glows ever so nicely, even when rolled up as well. So, alright, that's looking pleasant, lovely and cute. And then we've got like a demonic penguin. Keka, what's going on? So that's cute. cool looking glow in the dark skins, but which ones will be accepted? We'll just have to wait and see. And then for last, over to here, let's go get a good look at these guys. Let's just move the sun around as well so we can truly appreciate their appearances. Lovely stuff. So over to here, Frozen Santa Tier 2. And don't worry, we'll stand on stage in a bit with the rest of the skins in their collections. So that looks very nice and icy. Over to here, the hoodie and pants, all nice and wrapped up with a bit of tears. I remember this. If you have a female character, the yeah, it's a bit sharp, those edges there. And then, the largest collection, we have Gingerbread tactical gloves. Mr. Gingerbread, it's up to you. Naughty Gingerbread, oh, he's looking very naughty. But yes, we can just refer to it as the Gingerbread collection. The boots and gloves have been waited for a very long time. But just to clarify, these are tactical gloves. Road sign gloves will have to appear at some point in the future. Maybe a jacket or something? We'll see, we'll see. So, let's now go on stage, showcase all those weapons, and then showcase the clothing and the armour. Okay, let's get a good look at this hammer. So, Polar Bear hammer, sequel to the rock. Looking very nice. Nighttime look. Does it glow? Does it stand out? Night light's alright with it, but it doesn't glow in the dark. Do you prefer your hammers to glow, or do you prefer them not to? Feel free to comment below. But yeah, I don't see any issue with that. Looks fine to me. Of course. Does it reflect that much? Oh, those beady eyes. Look at them. Look at them. Oh, they're ever so nice and shiny. Now, if I could just quickly move all the way up to you in third person. Looking totally fine to me. A fun, cute, silly little design. It's perfectly fine for Christmas. So, if you like it, feel free to comment below. And of course, next up, it's now showcase with a bow. So, let's move over to here. Let's hold this in place. Looks fine to me. Ever so nice and tasty, of course. Just reload. Now, first of all, can I just get a quick look at this at night time? Aim down. I mean, I can see it perfectly fine. The night light's actually very good with this. That's actually very, very handy. Cool. Now let's go over here. Hold it in my hands. Just got to turn right slightly. Boom. There we go. So we've already seen this in third person, but a perfectly fine looking sequel. Would have preferred another attempt for another door, Mr. FaZe. Hey, it's fine. It's all good. So, let's now go ahead and show off the other weapon skins. Okay, let's get a good look at this MP5. And, ooh, yes, that's an exquisite amount of transparency. Thoughts? Opinions? But remember, there's also a standard non-transparent design. We'll see what happens, but it does look very nice. Perfectly fine snowflake, exquisite dark blue and light blue design. Yep. Give it a nice reload. And of course, let's get a good look at it at night time as well. So, are you impressed with this sequel, this collection continuation? It's visible, it's not super visible, but I do see it. I can see that reasonably okay, so... Alright then, I've got no issue there. Let's go stand on stage. Do you reflect that much? And yeah, it kind of does. That's totally fine by me. Right, how do I go this way? Give it another good look. Hold it in my hands ever so nicely. That's a perfectly fine looking sequel. So, opinions please. What do you think? Feel free to comment below. Alright, now let's go ahead. Showcase the next skin. So, of course, let's go whip out the SAR. So we've got a standard, standard sight, no transparency, anything. Nice bit of red, should stand out in most environments. Pretty much every environment, basically. Pull that stutter a little bit. Let me do that again. That was a bit weird. Sorry about that. Yep. Stroke a pose. Look pretty there. Lovely looking gingerbreads. Give it a nice reload. Right time look. Do we see the icing? Yes, indeed we do. Oh yeah. It doesn't glow, but the AIMSIGHT very visible with nightlight. Now, I've already mentioned this in the Rustmas video. Nightlight is only visible in first person. If you're going to look at someone from like the side in third person, you can't see nightlight. So nightlight is really helpful. Let's now stand over to here, strike a pose. The icing does reflect quite nicely. Ooh, yes, quite impressive. Strike a pose and look pretty. I smell heavenly. Oh, yes. Lovely. So, opinions. Do you like what you see? Feel free to comment below. Alright then, next up we have ELR 300. So that's a perfectly fine red aim sight. A very merry design indeed. Nice and green. Lovely touch of blue as well. Give that a nice reload. Perfectly fine to me. Nighttime look. I can just about see the aim sight, but the actual, like, yeah, it's not that visible. It's just about, but not like perfect. Not like super handy, super helpful. So, all right, cool. No complaints here. Move over to here. Turn to the right. Turn to the left. It's somewhat reflective. The gold sort of shine, the line work of the artwork and whatnot. It's visible. It's somewhat noticeable. And then give you a nice little pan shot around. A very colourful, merry design indeed. Yes. So, feel free to comment below. Did you like what you see? Right then, let's now switch to the other weapon. Daytime, please. So we've got M249. It is a sequel. A lovely looking sequel. Quite sinister indeed. So, let's give that a good look. Give it a good reload. Any super secret hidden words? No? No Easter eggs or anything? Now, how does it look at night time? So, I'm looking. Yeah, I can see that. Yep, I'm sure you can see that perfectly fine as well. Yep. So the icy design of it stands out very nicely. I lost my tongue there. So, yep, looks sweet to me. The ice is super reflective. Look at that. Right then, so we strike a pose. We try and look pretty. And there we go. So, a very nice and shiny design. Do you like what you see? Feel free to comment below. And now, I do believe we have the final skin. So, let's go ahead and showcase this transparent handmade LMG. I do apologise, struggling to find the previous skins in this. It was stupid of me. Maybe I'll just edit it out so people don't notice. But yep, get a good look at the colour scheme. Get a good look at that lovely, delicious design. Lots of icing. Probably isn't good for you. Doesn't matter. Right, anyway. Give you a good reload. There you go. That's what we're looking for. Perfect. I love it even more. So, are you impressed with what you just saw? And also, let's see if we like this some more. Okay, I can see the outline nicely, but the aim sight, I mean, of course, with the transparency, it's not going to be visible, but I can see the outline and the whole body of this perfectly fine. I'm sure you can too. So, all right, cool. Let's go over to here. Somewhat reflective. Smells lovely. Could we see this potentially being accepted in an upcoming Christmas rush store? Either the 18th or the 25th. We shall see. Why are you so to the left? I have no semblance of balance. I moved too far back, sorry. But yep, you've got the tasty looking reindeer. The lovely little, oh yeah, got a little gingerbread sort of house there, a little snowman. With the icing for the tree. Honestly, this is awesome. I'd vouch for it. Some of you might question, oh no, but what about the blackout handmade LMG if this were to be accepted? You should have been anticipating more transparent AIMSIGHT handmade LMGs being made. This is a very Christmassy theme one. Let's see if it holds. But in anticipation to next year's Christmas, I'd like to see some more interesting transparent designs from here and now. So that's a wrap with all the weapon skins and of course the tools that we just showcased. Well, it's just the hammer. Anyway, let's now go ahead and showcase all the clothing and the armor sets with the previous skins. Okay, so potential brand new hoodie and pants for the tier 3. I kind of look like a Power Ranger. But hey, I do like the design of it. I'm the present. Come and wrap me. That sounds really weird. I shouldn't say that ever again. Anyway, so it's fine. It's pretty goofy. It's pretty silly, but at the end of the day, it could be a collection continuation that gets accepted, and I think the tier 3 will definitely appreciate that. Now, those are some nice and shiny golden stars. Yep, looks as if that is quite reflective. Looking pretty sweet. No complaints from me. Oh, you got a little message there. Happy holidays. Lovely stuff. So, what are your thoughts? Feel free to comment below. Now, some of you might say, does it glow in the dark? Can't confirm, no. Even spin around. You never know, it might say kick me on the back or something. Someone should do that, actually. That'd be funny. Anyway, so it looks fine to me. Feel free to comment below your thoughts. And now, let's go ahead and showcase the next batch. Oh, it's getting chilly. Right. So, what do you think? It is a bit goofy, but we've already had like standard sort of like Santa themed hoodie and pants in the past. Christmas gang. I'm surprised we don't have any more Christmas gang attempts like tier 3 and tier 2. That's a bit odd. Anyway, get a good look at this. So, nice and icy design. Keep you nice and chill. I've got to say, oh, I didn't even realise. Look at this. Okay. How much is the whiteout coffee can right now? $45. If you only care about the front, that's actually a perfectly fine white option. Now, of course, on the top, you've got red, but how many people are going to see from the top? I'm interested. That's, oh, I didn't realise that. And only the people that watched this video and watched all the way up to this point now realise that. Well then, that's looking pretty interesting. If that gets accepted, I've got to mention that. Like, I've got to really, really talk about that. Yeah, you got the red and white wrapping there, but to be honest with you, from a distance, I don't think you're going to spot that. So that's got me very, very curious. We'll see what becomes of that. But anyway, look at the rest. So yeah, it's got some red in it as well. Does that mean Santa froze and he can't move and then we don't get presents anymore? Oh no. So overall, perfectly fine looking design. Now of course, let's make it night time. Okay, are you reflective? I'd imagine the ice is kind of reflective. Yeah, to a point. To a point. So yeah, looking forward to the potential sequel. I never actually managed to get any hoodies. Just got a bunch of pants. So we'll see how that progresses in the future. Could we get that collection continuation? Are you curious about the coffee can? Oh, well, we'll have to wait and see. Also, does it glow in the dark? No glow, no worries, no problems. And yeah, I guess we'll be able to dress up as Santa soon. Maybe. So, alright, cool. Let's now go ahead and showcase the final set. Well, you don't look happy. Anyway, get a good look at the full set. Mr. Gingerbread, Naughty Gingerbread, it's all gingerbread. There's the tactical gloves, there's them booties, and get a good look at my tasty body. Hedge, don't say that ever again. I will continue to do so. I am tasty, I'm delicious. Get a bite out of me. Anyway, so look, all the icing from the hoodie. Pants are also very nice. Tier 3, also exquisite. It's always had this very weird sort of stripy design here, and I don't know what that is. Milho, if you're watching, what is that? What is that weird stripe design bit there? Anyway, oh, someone took a bite out of him already. Looking pretty cool. Lovely stuff. So, yep, that's your full set right there. Hoodie and pants are quite cheap at the moment. You could still probably grab a few of them. If you're feeling confident, but those tactical gloves will be the ones that are accepted. And again, don't be surprised. They might only accept the tactical gloves and neglect the boots. And if that happens, all right, we could see a version 2 of the boots and some roadside gloves in the future. Either boots or gloves, if they're accepted, that whole set's going to spike a non-spiking price. And I'm looking forward to it. Now, if you already happen to own some, it's probably worth waiting a little bit longer. It very likely is. So, go ahead, make that consideration, and feel free to comment below. Do you like what you see? And let's also go ahead, quickly just pull back a bit. Nighttime look, is it reflective? Some portions appear to be so. Overall though, not too much. This very likely could be our first ever properly finished, like, Christmas themed set. You might have said, well, you know, we've already got the hoodie and pants, tier 2, and yeah, but we still need boots and gloves. Come on now. Come on now. So, best of luck to the tactical gloves. Best of luck to those fine looking booties. And of course, does it happen to glow in the dark at all? Can confirm, no. No glow, no glow, no glow. So, alright, cool. No complaints here. So, let's now go ahead and have a nice final talk. Because, of course, with the next rush store, the second rush store of December 2025, we're still questioning what on earth we're going to see being accepted. So what are we expecting for the second rush store of December 2025? Well, I can confirm we're going to get free charity skins. Now, please remember, they are permanently bound to your account. You cannot sell them, you cannot trade them. Therefore, you can only buy one each. They will cost quite a bit more compared to a normal rush skin. Probably $5 each, don't be surprised. But all proceeds do go towards Jingle Jam, alright? So do take that into consideration. And also, once it's gone, it's gone. They'll be gone forever, okay? So you do have to take the consideration that, oh, okay, might need to save a few pennies. Just want to warn all of you. So, okay, cool. But if you want to get a good look at all of the skins, please consider watching this video right here. The skull face mask, I did question, does it compare well with whiteout? Well, I do exactly that. I do some showcases. We also happen to have some very interesting bone pieces, bone vest and bone roadside kilt, which are also white. And I'm like, well, whiteout's like ridiculously expensive. And we get those 2 pieces for free, not the skull face mask, just to clarify. So yeah, consider giving that a good watch. I do a lovely bit of showcasing. So let's switch back over to here. All right. So for the very next Rust store, it's going to be like this Rust store. Complete the sets. I'm not sure how many skins are going to be accepted, but it probably will be a bit less compared to what we saw here, because we're going to get those charity skins. Cool. So you might question, okay, well, this was kind of a surprise, wasn't it? Yeah, we were supposed to see naval themed skins, but the naval update was delayed. That's not happening until February. So all the skins that are submitted for it are now going to be like pushed towards February Force White. If you need help, if you're thinking, oh, what could be accepted in an extra store? I can't think of every single collection right about now. Well, I'll help you out. As you can see over to here, I have a complete sets candidates collection myself. It's not official, but it's just like a nice sort of guidance to get a good idea in regards to what collections could potentially be accepted. So we have Pizza Collection, the Fallen Collection, Brony Bed, Ultramarine Bed, Black Ops. You've got plenty of very interesting skins right here. The collection link is in the description. Go look at it right now yourself. Look at all the potential skins that you could see, more specifically the collections that could get skins. These are the representatives of the many skin collections that could potentially get some, well, continuations, yes. So consider, look at all of that. Lots of very, very cool looking designs, but as you scroll down further and further, you will start to see all the interesting camouflage skins. Oh, there we go. Look at all of that. Wishful thinking. I know we've been begging. I know we've been on our knees and hoping and praying for some collection continuations for certain camouflage sets. Could it happen? Will it happen? So, yeah, who knows, but you can comment below right now. What would you like to see being accepted? I could also just quickly switch over to here and make a point that, yeah, I even put a tweet out, made a point that, look at all these interesting skin collections that could get some more skins accepted. And then I got a lot of responses as well. Look at that. Look at what do all of these people want to see being accepted? Read the screen. So, yeah, and that's a cat that's just fallen. Cool. Thank you, Mr. Warhead. So, that's nice. Also, by the way, they are inevitable. So, okay, cool. Back over to here. So, who knows what will be accepted, but we can get on our knees and pray. But realistically speaking, it's going to probably be something a little bit more down to earth, not like ridiculously cool camouflage and whatnot. I mean, you still might see some wacky skins. You never know. I mean, I did make this point as well. We just got the cards box finally accepted for the Neon Storage Collection, more specifically the small boxes. I just want to confirm we do actually still have one left. Do you reckon berries could be accepted as well? Is it going to be super necessary? I don't know. Definitely a consideration, but who knows? Who knows? Would you rather see some small prop skins being accepted? Look, we've got seal box, we've got fish box. Who knows? But we'll see how it goes, all right? Cool. So let's hop back out of here and quickly showcase all of this. So, yep, that's me trying to find all the skins from earlier. Let's just quickly refresh so we're fully up to date. There we go. So out of all the Christmas skins, let's just get a quick look and see what's currently on top. Well, that's not a surprise. So Christmas Miracle Garage Door is on top. Then we have the Hammer from Santa. Then we have a very cool, awesome looking transparent design for a small box. Again, if it's on top, I'll be showcasing it next week. I'll also be asking my server, what would you like to see being accepted? Yeah, you've got Gingerbread Man Raid. That also looks cool. So who knows what will be accepted? At the end of the day, it's up to Face Punch. So consider looking at micro522.com to get a good little insight. Yes, we've actually seen some random regular skins being submitted as well. So, okay, I mean, it's applicable for complete the sets. I'm just saying. So we'll see what happens there. But yes, lots of very interesting skins were accepted in recent Rust stores. Could we see even more wacky, very cool, interesting looking designs? We'll just find out, won't we? Okay. So next Rust store, normal Rust store, or rather complete the sets Rust store. And then after that, December 18 and the 25th, I'll reiterate, that will be when we get the Christmas skins. So the 18th of December, we're going to see all the brand new DLC as well. So if you go to SCMM, if you go to the items section, you'll see for yourself it's actually already been added to the game. Look, you got all the Rustmas skins. You got all the Twitch drops already there. They're technically already in the game. If you could just scroll down, there you go. The Balloon Pack DLC, the Birthday Cake Hat, Space Station Building Skin, and of course we have the brand new LR 300. Yep. It's all in the game, but it doesn't actually get released until the 18th. And with that, we should also expect Christmas DLC as well. So that's it. That's a wrap. We'll see how everything turns out. We'll see how everything goes. Feel free to comment below what you're hoping for. Go get a good look at that Christmas collection right there. What would you absolutely love to see being accepted? There's plenty of very interesting, silly, goofy creative designs. I think the Xmas tree design was pretty silly. I think a lot of people might appreciate that. Yeah, it glows in the dark, but if you just want to have fun and be stupid, well, there you go, have fun. I do like the fact that the star is quite literally the mine hat. That's a clever touch. That's clever. Right then, so that's it. That's a wrap. So thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck to each and every single one of you, and let's see what gets accepted. Christmas is very, very close. More specifically, post-Christmas. Oh, profits, profits, profits. We're almost there. I know the player count hasn't exactly been the best, but again, you know, the lack of the naval update is going to do that. But we are still anticipating a lot of people to turn up when we had the Christmas update at the 18th of December. And then, of course, for January Force Wipe, the 1st of January 2026, we're expecting potentially tons of people turning up. If it doesn't happen, well, oh dear. We'll see how it goes. So once again, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck with you and your investments. We'll just see how it goes.